Welcome to Brewed Perspective. I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm Kyle. Every week we sit down with a fresh cup of coffee and have an in depth conversation about the world around us.
We'll explore different perspectives, discuss current events, and delve into a variety of topics, all while sipping on a delicious cup of brew.
So grab your favorite mug and join us for another stimulating conversation here at Brewed Perspective.
All right, so let's talk about this Chinese spy balloon.
Which one now at this point? I mean,
Well, I I think what they've decided, or at least what they're releasing to us, is that it was just the one Chinese balloon.
so what are the other ones?
We don't know. We don't know.
UFOs?
UAVs, Kyle.
We can't say UFOs
No,
anymore?
UAV.
Why can't I say
I
UFOs?
think
It's always been
I
UFOs.
know it's always been UFOs, but I suppose that UFO implies alien, and they don't want mass hysteria, so now we've changed it to UAV.
Are they going to change the alien word too?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, they-
What?
are
Alien?
we even allowed to say alien these days?
Oh, I thought you meant. I'm like the A is for aerial, right? Unidentified aerial vehicle.
Oh, I believe so. Yeah, UAV.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's what they're doing it for because they don't want mass hysteria or people storming Area 51 again. Remember when they were going to do that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But at that time, they'd even stated that they had already shut down Area 51.
Yeah. So initially, what we had going on, remember? So this is January 28th.
So this is the first instance, right?
This is the first one.
Okay.
So they detect the balloon over U.S. airspace over Alaska, right?
Right.
And they're like, oh, hey, we're assessing it. No threat or intelligence risk. Good call? Probably not.
Nah, I mean,
No.
why would you even allow it to come over
Okay.
the airspace to begin with?
I agree completely. Why would you? When you had it right there, why wouldn't you have taken it down?
Now, we were talking about this earlier, but didn't they also validate the fact that they knew that this balloon took off, like when this balloon took off initially anyway?
So all of the initial information that they gave us on each day, which I mean, it's been a mystery. Nobody knows, anything. Like
Right.
one person says one thing, and then you get another official that says something completely different.
Yeah.
And it's like, who
We-
are they getting their information from? Because
Well,
it's all completely different from each other.
You don't know who's lying, who's
Right? Who's
covering their
something
tracks.
up?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
and I get it. Like, I get that they aren't going to tell us everything they know. Right?
well, I mean, this is, there's a lot of espionage going on here. I have a feeling on both sides because
Yeah.
I mean, we're not flying balloons over their space. At least
That's what they're saying.
we're aware of.
That's what they're saying. We're not. They're like,
Yeah.
we're not flying balloon. China says we are, and U.S. says we're not.
Oh wait, is anybody been watching Chinese news?
It doesn't matter. No matter how you slice it. Of course, we're spying on China.
Well,
of course we are.
All the countries are spying on each
right?
other.
I mean, but anyway, so now I guess the new word for today is that we saw this balloon launch.
And the
they've
day
been
one, day one.
Yes, when it launched from China, they were tracking it the entire time. So now, why the hell did they let this balloon cross into U.S. airspace?
Yeah, like I would understand it if they were monitoring the balloon traveling, and the second that it was going to hit airspace, shoot it down. Okay, but why let it come into the system, shoot it down, and then question them about it? Like, you knew that this was happening, and then China's initial response to this was even more hilarious because they stated that it was like a civilian.
A civilian weather balloon,
Right,
like they
so-
let their civilians just do anything over there, like that.
Yeah,
right?
because like they're not under tight restrictions. So like, I mean, I can imagine anybody around here setting off a balloon of this size and setting it up without
60,000 feet.
our own, the United States shooting the damn thing down within a matter of hours.
Well, now we're trigger happy. We're shooting everything down.
Well, that's a good point.
Bam.
Don't take any small aircraft into the air. Would that make you a UAV or a UFO?
UAV. Everything's a UAV.
I don't like that.
Everything's UAV.
I want to be a UFO.
Oh, too bad.
It's not fair.
I guess this is according to what they have released at the time, right?
Okay.
So,
And this is as of January 30th?
all right. So now, it's January 30th now.
Okay.
They track the balloon as it travels into Canadian airspace.
Okay.
Right. And this is when they determine it's used for spying and it carries surveillance equipment. But
So Canada did nothing about it.
Is this well, NORAD? So it's U.S. and Canada.
Okay.
Cooperatively. But is at this point is when they're assessing that it is used for surveillance, but they didn't know that when they watched it launch. I feel like
they did.
I feel like it's like a couple different agencies involved with this,
That could
and
be.
one hand's not talking to the other.
Hands not talking to the foot.
So anyway, they're like, yeah, blah blah. It's a spy balloon, right? Okay. So now we know, but then it re-enters U.S. airspace.
Okay.
Okay, because it went from Alaska and into Canadian airspace. Now it comes back in over Idaho. So at this point, this is when the Defense Department tells old Uncle Joe, hey, we got this Chinese spy balloon coming over, and then of course, I'm really not going to blame anybody for not shooting it down at this point.
Okay.
Initially, I was like, dude, what the hell? Like when they're like, hey, we're not going to shoot it down because we're afraid of debris,
Okay,
right?
understandable.
But it was over Montana.
Nothing.
Like out of all of the areas in the U.S. to shoot something down, wouldn't that be the place you would want to shoot it down at?
What's it going to do? Hit a cow?
All right. But as I, have had time to think about it, how bad would that be if they shot it down and it landed on somebody you know and love?
Well,
right?
Yeah.
And you're like,
I feel like you could control it though.
It's 60,000 feet up.
I suppose. Okay,
so you shoot it, you got all kinds of debris coming out of this.
More so, why would you let it enter the airspace to begin with? It should have been shot down over the ocean.
I agree.
If they were tracking it the whole time.
It was shot down over the ocean.
Eventually.
The other ocean.
Why didn't they let it do it the first ocean, not the second one?
But they didn't do it, and so now that it's over Montana, I agree. Don't shoot it down because the chance of it, as long as from what I understand out of this, they knew at this point, they knew that it was a communication gathering spy balloon, right? So they have made everyone in the path aware of this already. So out there at the base, they are not sending any unencrypted communications while this is in the vicinity. Right. So
nothing's going to be intercepted at this point.
Now, what they can see, you can see practically everything with their satellites already, right? So it's just a matter of what they can hear, right? The communication that they can, pick up on. So if you're not sending any communication, okay.
Yeah.
I guess. And at the, for the sake of not harming a U.S. citizen on the ground, I guess, I still feel like there should be a pretty good area that they should be able to be like, hey, this is where we're taking it down at.
Well, I guess that's the problem. At 60,000 feet, can you control where it lands?
Yeah, I think they were saying that it would have like a 7-mile radius of where.
I mean, in Montana, I would think you could find a large enough area. But even then, okay, like it made less sense to me that they waited prior to knowing that they knew about this long before it hit airspace.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, like before it was like, okay, it's in our airspace. Okay, yeah, we should probably wait to shoot it down. Now I'm like, I don't understand why it wasn't shot down prior. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Well, I mean, even this, okay, if they want to make that argument, why wouldn't you shoot it down prior to entering airspace for the fear that it would go down on its own?
What do you mean?
Okay, so what if it?
Oh, I see what you're saying. That while it's over our airspace.
What if it crashed on its own over our airspace? I mean, it could have been over a big, a city or something. So it's like, why wasn't that a concern prior to letting it enter the airspace to begin with?
I mean, the thing's traveled from China already.
Well, no, I understand. I'm just saying
what's
that.
What's the chance that it decides to go down?
Okay, what if a UAV or UAV?
Yeah, that's right.
UAV. I see. I'm not gonna get used to that. I'm gonna call it a UFO.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
What if a UFO runs into it and crashes the air balloon? What if it hits a power line? I guess it's 60,000.
60,000 feet if
I
it
keep, I
hits a
keep, I keep
power
forgetting
line.
that it's 60,000 feet up in the air. Okay, so the likelihood of it actually hitting anything would be pretty rare.
Yeah.
But the smaller ones that popped up, were they at the
So,
same?
no, they're lower.
Okay.
So we'll get to those in a second, but let me finish off with this spy balloon thing here. So basically, at this point, it hovered over Montana, right?
Right.
Over the Air Force Base, where we have intercontinental ballistic missiles, and it's hovering over there.
Just hanging out.
And then finally, it continues on its way, all across the U.S., all the way across, and then they shoot it down. Okay, so
I do have a question about the balloon.
mhm.
What could they verify whether or not the balloon was actually being controlled with the path that it was
So,
flying?
all right. So
Because you say hovering, it makes it sound like it was
I
pausing.
know. Exactly. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know for sure, but that sure is what it seemed like, that it stayed in that area for quite a while. They could tell that they had the availability to maneuver it,
Okay.
like slight maneuverments, I guess, right? So they can't just fly it wherever they
Right,
please.
right.
It's going with the airstream,
Yeah.
but they can make slight movements with it. That's what I feel like it was. Slight movements were keeping it in place.
They had
I
like
might be wrong.
They had their range that they were trying to
Right.
stay within so many miles, probably.
So anyway, that's done. Now we shoot it down, and everyone's happy except for China, who said, initially that it wasn't theirs, or then it was a Chinese weather balloon operated by a civilian,
Right.
and then they're like, "We'll take vengeance on you, dirty USA,
wha-
for
wha-
shooting our shit
Why
down."
you guys so angry now?
Yeah, it's not yours. Why do you care?
Wouldn't your civilian be mad, not you?
Yeah. Uh, no. So they're angry about it, but fuck them. Get out of our airspace. I mean, seriously though, but I don't care whether. It doesn't matter if the U.S. does the same thing and
Well-
they send something over China. I expect China to shoot it down,
Right. Well, and that's
if they can see it.
that's the
right?
thing here is like
Every country's doing it to everyone.
well we see how skewed the news is. It's like are we not seeing the fact that we've been flying these over Chinese airspace the whole time? And was this retaliation? Because it's like you don't know.
Yeah.
It's easily this stuff's easily manipulated. I know. I've got friends in the military, that have since been out now. This is years ago when they were in, and they would have ventures out at war, and something would happen, and then when they would report it on the news, they would make up stories specifically to cover up something that his group did. Like he was like telling.
Oh
everyone
yeah,
this.
no, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Because you don't want.
Yep.
You don't want that getting out, but it makes you wonder. It's like, okay, if we are in the middle of espionage with China, we're not gonna like broadcast the fact
Right.
or allow any type of news to come in our country freely. That's like that. But simultaneously, I mean, China's also got like restrictions on internet, their internet access. So it's like you're not gonna see a lot of that stuff sneaking out.
Right.
But you would think with cell phones and everything else that maybe somebody, if there was actually something in their airspace, we would see it. But who knows? Who knows how much control they have over this kind of stuff?
Right. But we're doing it. Everyone's doing it.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
whatever. But again, though, if they detected one of ours, I expect they would shoot it down too.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be mad at them.
Why?
Like, hey, you know
We're-
what?
We're doing something
We-
sneaky. Go ahead and shoot me
We
down.
lost this one.
Yeah, right.
You got us, China. We'll be back again.
We'll send a smaller
Uh,
balloon.
Yeah.
It kind of cracks me up that all the technology we have, and we're still sending balloons back and forth.
And yeah, but that's why I say they're doing it because of the communication gathering part of it,
Right.
right?
No, I understand it.
So, but yeah, it seems like you'd be able to do some sort of, I don't know, sound amplification
Maybe.
from space by now, right?
Right. I feel like they're focusing on the wrong area, especially as we talked about on a previous episode, how there's a helium shortage.
That's
So,
right.
They're wasting helium in these balloons. Maybe this is where it's going to. It's going to spy balloons.
I've got a feeling that's not entirely accurate, but
I'm gonna stick to my story.
okay.
You countries, quit stealing our helium.
So, planes down. China's mad, and
Oh.
now we're moving on with our life. Now,
No, we're not actually.
well, we're moving on for 6 more days.
No.
So now we get into Friday, February 11th,
Okay.
and that's when the Pentagon shoots down the first UAV. That's not a Chinese spy balloon. Uh, and this was over the Arctic Ocean. Okay.
This is around Alaska.
Yeah, yeah, right. And so they spot it, and they're like, now we're on edge, right?
Right.
Um, this was a lot lower. So spy balloon 60,000.
Mhm.
This one's around 40,000.
Okay.
And too bad, shooting down. Awesome. They say that
What
they
do-
didn't expect that they went out, they checked it out and everything. Midair,
Right.
looking at it, and it didn't appear to be any sort of spy. Okay, it depends who you talk to. Then some people say it doesn't appear to have any sort of communication gathering equipment on it. It's much smaller than the spy balloon was.
What size?
Well, they're saying that the spy balloon was basically like the payload of it was like 3 school buses, and they're saying that this is more like a small car or like
Okay.
a ATV type of thing, like in that size range. Much smaller.
So basically, the original spy balloon was like
The original, the OG balloon.
yeah, the OG. Well, they used to have like the old what were those old old
Old.
well, yeah, really old. Like you see them in the movies where it's like the old hot air the balloons they used to take on balloon rides on. They have
Oh,
names
like
for 'em.
a Zeppelin
Yes,
or a
Zeppelins. Yeah, like the blimps and the Zeppelins. Um, so it'd be almost that size, right? You're talking 3 school buses.
blimp? No, I think that's
Were
much
those even bigger? Were
Oh
they even
yeah.
bigger?
Oh yeah.
I never saw one in person, so I don't have any
Yeah.
reference to the size of them.
Well, okay. Sorry, you mean like the where you would sit at in it, not the actual balloon part.
I know. Well, no, I meant the balloon initially,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I've only seen them on like pictures, so like there was no frame of reference for how big they were with,
Right.
with the ones that I've seen.
Yeah,
They don't make 'em
I
anymore.
really don't know. But I assume this is based on what I saw on Indiana Jones. That
It's good. It's a good reference.
that the
Look at you making a movie reference.
the size of the part where you would sit at would seem to me to be about like a school bus.
Right. Okay.
Mm, I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, back to
Doesn't
back
really
to the back to
matter.
the
None of
smaller
this
one.
matters at all. This is a smaller
Hey,
one.
this is important conversation.
Okay. So it's smaller, but they're like, hey, this is in commercial air flight, zones.
Okay.
They're-
So quick question. I'm going to cut you off. This is saying it's in commercial flight air zone, so that's 40,000 feet.
Yes.
So when the 60,000 mark must be outside of their air
Oh yeah,
zone.
it's
so
well
that's
above where any commercial aircraft fly at.
okay. So they were trying to sneak over
Yes.
the aircraft, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So anyway, they take this one down. From the latest I saw on it, it falls down, water's frozen, hits the water, shatters, and they haven't been able to locate it since.
Interesting. Shatters?
I don't know. It depends who you talk to on it.
I mean, depending on the temperature, I get. But
Well, yeah, but I mean, some
it's not
say
gonna
it shattered.
freeze.
Some said that it was like
Pops like a balloon.
no. Well, some people said that it was a balloon. Some people said it's not a balloon.
Okay.
We don't know. Some people said that. Well, they all say that it's unmanned. They didn't say anything about unaliened though.
Yeah. See. Maybe this is a UFO.
Hmm.
I
But
feel like
either way,
we need like a UFO sound.
either way, they don't think that it has any. It was in any way like a spying mechanism from anybody.
Okay.
But they're just saying this is what they're telling us. Do I believe it? I don't know.
Well,
but-
this becomes more odd though, since there's more than just this instance of these random balloons. How many more times does this happen?
Well, after this, then it happens another time on the next day, February 12th, where one of these unidentified objects, the UAV,
Mm-hmm.
it gets into Canadian airspace, and NORAD sends out jets, and it was like, hey, first one to it, take it down.
Right.
U.S. got it, and it comes down over the Yukon.
Right.
About 100 miles from the U.S. Canadian border, right? and that's in a mountainous, snowy area, and they can't
Couldn't find that
it.
either. Huh? Guys, come on now.
This is weird, but they're like saying it was the same way, like they described the first one, like a cylindrical object, right? Um, some people say that. Some people say it's a balloon. We don't know.
So these are all traveling the same path, basically, though. So they're
Yeah, I mean, in that
because the first one came through Canada, so it seems like they're
Alaska
they're coming all
area.
down the same path to the U.S. So I'm assuming this is all coming from the same location. I mean, you can't know for sure, obviously, but you would assume
We would know for sure if our government would tell us what they know.
maybe if we wouldn't lose things that we shoot down, we could find out more information.
Seems to me that all the technology that we have, we'd be able to keep our eyes on it when that thing went down.
You would think.
Hmm.
Can't we like reference a satellite?
You would think that we have some kind of technological advantage here, but I guess not. We don't know where it's
I
at.
feel like we're not getting told the whole story.
Yeah, it seems
See,
suspicious.
stuff like this is how Area 51 happened.
I know.
Because now they crashed down, and we're like, oh, we can't find it. Either one of them. That
Don't worry, it's not aliens.
right. We can't find them, but it's not aliens.
Can't tell you what it is. But
This is like this. Every UFO guy out there right now is like freaking out. They're like, oh my
Dude,
god, they shot down aliens.
What was that? What was that movie with Woody Harrelson as the guy that had like his little like radio station from his van where it was the end of the world?
It was
It?
2012.
Oh yeah,
2012. It was had John Cusack in it.
yeah. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
Like a Woody Harrelson character. out
Yes. He's probably the guy up in the mountains looking for that damn thing
there?
right now.
Oh, I'm sure. So, and I bet a lot of people are. You know, I wouldn't do it because I don't like cold.
Yeah, it's really cold up there.
Ugh.
It's really cold.
So anyway, so that happened.
So that's the
and
second.
That's the second one, and now we move into Sunday, February 13th, and they're like, "Hey, bleep bleep, there's something on our radar."
Hmm.
Okay, so
I'm assuming these were all released about the same time because they all got further away. So this one's in Wisconsin
yeah,
and Michigan. So it actually must have came further through Canada.
so they initially what happened on this one was that they had something pop up on the radar.
Okay.
They scrambled jets. They're like, "Hey, we can't find anything."
Right.
They can't find it on radar anymore, and so then everybody goes back home, and then a little bit later, they're like, "Wait a minute, there it is again," and they scramble jets again, and they take this one down over Lake Huron, I believe, is where that one was at.
Okay.
But again, you've got
Did they lose this one too? Are you shitting me?
no, they lost it. They
Oh
can't
my
find
God.
it. But
Can we put a tracking device on the bomb that we shoot it down with? I mean, I don't understand. Okay, so here's my
we're not shooting it down with a bomb.
well, missile, whatever. You know what I mean. So here's my question.
Yeah.
The first one was January 30th, right? Was that the first date when the large balloon was out?
I think it was the 28th.
The 28th. Okay, and then it was shot down when?
It was shot down on the 4th.
Okay, and then these started popping up
And then it was the 11th was the first time.
like a week later.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically a week later. yeah.
Simultaneously, all okay.
Yeah,
So
11th, 12th, 13th.
I find it odd. You've got the one that was shot down that was a large, okay, and then suddenly, like a week after, 3 new ones are sent that are smaller, like they're trying to keep it from being noticed as much. Do you think? I mean, do you think that?
I don't feel like that because they've gotten these are a lot lower. I mean, if it was still in that 60,000 foot range, maybe. But I mean, yeah, these are smaller, but they're also closer. So I don't know. And honestly,
Well, I wonder if that's
the
I wonder
first-
if that's a size thing though.
Maybe.
Like maybe this size balloon couldn't control the range as well as the 60,000 feet because of the wind, maybe.
possibly.
And
I
then
don't know.
maybe I think that's part of the reason that planes, like the altitude, has part of the reason that planes fly in that zone. We need a pilot. If you guys are out there with the pilots, let us know.
If you're out there with the pilots,
With the pilots, I don't care.
Like
If you're on the plane, knock on the little pilot booth, ask them.
the pilot booth.
What the hell's it? The cockpit. The cockpit.
Oh shit!
I'll call it. You shut up. I'm not a pilot. Pilot booth.
Knock on the pilot.
The pilot booth. You know what I'm talking about. The cockpit. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't want to say.
You didn't want to say cock on the air.
That's exactly right.
All right.
It's very inappropriate.
So anyway, but as far as this goes, they're saying on this last one that Some pilots were saying that it was interfering with their sensors, but other people were saying that they didn't experience that. So
Hmm.
who knows? Maybe that. I mean,
Well, I mean, this is more concerning though because it's directly in air traffic, right? Like this could have caused an accident. I would
yeah, and
assume.
that's why they're going after shooting it down. I think though, I feel like two of them were in the 40,000 foot range, and one of them was in like around 20,000 feet.
So even lower.
Yeah.
It
Either
would have made more sense to me for them to have them lower to stay out of the if they were really trying to stay out of the air traffic area, because I mean that would
well, much
easily be
lower, but then the lower you get, the easier you're to spot from anybody.
well yeah,
right?
but I mean if you're right in the path of flights, I mean I guess most of the airplanes probably have direct paths already. So if they were trying to stay out of the actual flight paths, this probably wouldn't have been picked up as easy. Which might have it had to have been right because that one made it all the way to Michigan.
Yeah. So what's your take? You think it's an alien, or you think it's a spy balloon,
This guy's it's spy balloon.
or do
Although
you think it's just some dude that's made a drone that's pretty badass? And
he's got to have some money to release these many, civilian got to have some money to release this many drones and air balloons out at the same time.
yeah. I mean,
No,
maybe
it's
just
totally.
multiple people.
I think it's just but who knows if it's a retaliation thing? But I think they definitely are.
You think China's
spying.
involved in
Oh,
all three of these,
yes.
or all four of them
Yeah,
now?
absolutely.
Hmm.
Although it's very suspicious that they. I feel like we're getting lied to about them not being able to find the crash
I
sites.
agree completely. Yep. And did you see the video that they had on this where they had recovered a lot of the wreckage from the initial spy balloon?
I have not seen
Dude,
the video.
it's stupid. I saw a TikTok on it, and the guy was like, there was like some guy talking about this, and it was exactly what I was thinking. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it looked like a B-rated movie set.
Really?
I mean, they had a banner up in the background that says like, I don't know, FBI recovery team or something, like, I'm not shitting you. And then the crate that's in this picture, what I guess it was a picture, not a video, but
Okay.
there's a big old crate that's supposedly has, all this stuff that they've recovered.
Right.
And it's got a label slapped on it, FBI. Like, first off,
Something out of a bad TV show.
and there's crime scene tape. Don't cross the line. Where are you at that you need to throw up crime scene tape to keep people from coming into this area?
Right.
Like, shouldn't you be in a pretty secure location already
right.
inside of a building somewhere? Like,
Wait. I thought they shot this down.
over the ocean.
Okay.
Okay, they recovered most of the stuff.
Okay. So they taped this off after they had it.
Yeah,
After
now
they
we're
brought it
talking
back?
about now they're going through all the stuff that the debris that they've. But it's like,
why wouldn't they take it to like a completely remote?
yes.
Yeah, like a secured location. Why would you have
Yes.
tape up? That's stupid.
it is stupid, and their little banner is stupid.
So was the technology in that they recovered? What was it? Did it look like somebody had made it at home, or was it something?
Well, this was from
professional equipment.
This was the Chinese balloon, right?
Yeah.
We know for sure.
Right.
I don't know that they've actually released any actual pictures of it. Just the
okay.
picture of them like working in this area with this. I'm gonna see if I can find this. What should I call it? Say,
China's spy balloon
Chinese spy balloon
debris.
Debris. Spelled debris correctly. Debris photo, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't want to see a picture of the thing.
No, actually, I kind of with it.
It's no good.
Hmm.
I don't like it. No, there's nothing. This is stupid. This is really stupid. Is this an alien? Oh no, that's a blimp.
You're not allowed to say alien anymore.
Oh, sorry. It's a.
It's a.
Huh. Yeah. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. It was stupid. It didn't exist. Like, that was complete bullshit, made up photo. There's no way that was real. No way. No way, dude. I mean, if you look for it, you get on China Talk there.
You're gonna set the flat earthers and the we didn't go to the moon.
I don't.
people off,
You know what? Like, I don't believe any of that.
Which part?
I mean, I don't believe the people who I think they're retarded. Yes, we went to the moon, and yes, the Earth is round. Did we actually take this picture while looking through the debris?
No.
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 Not a chance.
They probably used some like old stock photo of
I'm
something and
sure
put it on there.
it was so bad. It was so bad.
The tape is just that's
I know,
hilarious.
man. I
Like,
wish I could find that. Anyway, doesn't really matter. So, but then, like, say after that, now after all of this has happened, now they're saying that we tracked it from the time it was launched.
right.
I don't know. I don't
It's a little
like it.
sketchy.
I don't like it. I don't like the Chinese part of it. I don't like the U.S. part of it. We're being lied to. I like I say, I get that they can't tell us everything, but I mean, this is just making it like they
This last
think
like two
everybody's
years.
stupid.
This last 2 years, man, like relations with China have just
Oh, dude,
gone down so
I know.
quickly. It's kind of frightening because like we're so reliant on each other economically.
Right?
I can't. I don't understand the tension because it would cripple both of our economies at this point if we end up going to war over something.
Yep, I agree. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
All right. On to the next.
All right. So this earthquake that happened in Turkey and Syria.
Yes.
So this has been 9 days, right?
Mhm.
9 days ago. Gosh, it sure doesn't seem like it's been that long.
And this was 2 earthquakes. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I mean
the
or,
aftershock,
yeah,
but it
right.
was the aftershock was
7
loud.
point,
or-
7.8, 7.5, I believe.
Yeah. For the secondary the secondary earthquake,
Yeah.
the aftershock was
It's like
very
5 hours,
high.
like 5 hours later. Or something.
Yeah, but it was extremely, what the first one was what, 7.8 you said?
Yeah, that's right.
What was the second one?
7.5.
Yeah. That's huge. I can imagine the devastation that they get put underneath.
So this is so bad. So they're saying that now the death toll is up over 41,000.
41,000? Holy
Mhm.
cow. I remember the last time when we looked at this on like the day it happened or the
day
day
after,
after, it was
maybe?
like 3K. I think it was only like 3,000
Yeah.
they had found
Yeah.
so far.
Yep.
That's nuts.
But here's some interesting news out of this is that 9 days later, they have just recovered a few more people alive.
Yeah.
So this one chick was like 77 years old.
Yeah.
Somebody else was a
Tough old lady.
yeah, some elderly person. They got a mom and her 2 kids. After like, I mean, we're talking like 212 hours to 228 hours, something like that. So we're like 9.5 days
yeah.
or something.
Well, I'm sure a lot of them probably got trapped inside of
Mm.
buildings and stuff.
Yeah,
so.
but I mean, now they've gone this whole time without water. Now, so what they're saying though is that because it's so cold right now,
Mhm.
that's a potential. I mean, it's helping maybe
Right.
because they're not needing water so much.
Right. Well, you're not going to be sweating.
All right. But anyway, I thought it was pretty neat that I mean, because we basically for the past like 3 days, like it's just straight up recovery at this point, right?
Right.
And turns out that they're still rescuing some people, so that's pretty cool. But
That's
the
awesome.
the all out devastation on this, my gosh, it's besides the number of people that have been killed, the number of people that are injured is astronomical. The buildings, I think I saw a report that said something like 59,000 buildings or something like that were destroyed. So you've got all that going on. The cost it's going to take to rebuild, astronomical. And if I was ever in the favor of sending money to somebody, I would send it to them to help in recovery efforts and stop sending it to Ukraine. You didn't know I was going to say anything about Ukraine. Did you?
No, I was actually waiting for it. The
Gosh.
second you talked about starting sending money, I knew that was coming.
But I mean, look, all that money that we sent there. I mean, can you imagine just we will send money. We will send aid, right, as we should.
Right.
I'm not opposed to sending aid to other countries. I'm opposed to sending military aid to other countries when we have no business being there.
Right.
But we have business helping people.
Yeah.
Even though, most of the people we help are going to talk shit about us.
Well, okay, so
No?
well, no, I it is good to help them, okay? But simultaneously, like we've talked about too, it's like, okay, so we've sent aid to Ukraine, does it matter if we're sending aid in the form of military aid? Because it's all money, so it doesn't matter where the money's going. But the argument before was we're sending aid to other countries before helping our own country. And
No, I can get down with that, but you have to have relationships with other
I do,
countries.
yeah.
Right?
I think an event like this, where it's a natural disaster, is a little different because this could literally happen everywhere. This is no fault of anybody's. But you could potentially make the same argument for Ukraine. Like, it's not their fault they
No,
were
and
invaded.
it's not their fault. It's not Ukraine's fault. It's NATO's fault.
Right.
I mean, if
I would have less of an issue with.
you can say it's Russia's fault, in the end,
Right.
they're the ones that's doing this.
Right.
But Russia gave plenty of warning before.
True.
Stop
Like this
bringing NATO closer and closer
Right.
to us.
Right.
Like, stop. And again, as we
It was
talked about,
preventable.
if China brought over, and they started setting up shop in Mexico,
Right.
we'd be a little fucking pissed about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, and the big issue here is going to be, it's like, okay, so I do think they need aid, but how much are the other countries going to kick in? Because it always seems like,
Oh, well, we've got more to give. So, but as far as
do we being how many trillion in debt
No.
are we right now?
Well, okay, but if other countries are in debt too,
Well,
right? So if you just go based off of like your GDP or something,
okay,
we've got a shit ton more to give.
right.
But if you look at percentage of that, we will still give a higher percentage of
Oh,
GDP
yeah.
than any other country will
Right.
even think about.
And then don't get me wrong, I think giving aid to them in this scenario is the right thing to do. Like, they did. This is a natural disaster. It's, this is good relations with them. It's they need help. These people all need help because it's like, this is devastating to their area.
Yep. I don't know. I just I just wish we would stop sending money to Ukraine and put it to use here. And I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's a tough situation. Either way.
I mean, I agree. Again, I'm not like I'm not like anti-Ukraine or anything.
Right.
I just feel like we're sticking our nose in someplace we have no business being.
Well, we're always like the big brother that's got to be involved in every fight that goes out there, right? Like we always have to be in the middle of it, no matter where it's at. And like, the fear is like someday that's going to come back on us. And I know we like kind of puff our chest out because of our huge military presence, but like,
yeah,
there's going to come a day where that's going to come to bite us in the ass.
Yep. So moving on to Nikki Haley. No, she's throwing her name in the ring. She's
Is this the GOP stuff?
yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Right, she was his UN ambassador under Trump, and now she's taking on the old boss man.
Okay. It's there's not even a need to even talk about her. It's literally just between Trump and DeSantis.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's going to be those two, and then it's going to be which of the remaining, what is it? So we got Pence, Haley, Cheney, Cruz, Abbott, Noem.
Cheney is she's done. She's done.
Oh, most of these people.
No, but I mean, Liz Cheney should just go retire somewhere, or
Right.
just change her party affiliation to Democrat.
Right.
Well,
I mean, but all these other candidates, like, their percentages are going to be divvied out between Trump and DeSantis.
Yes,
realistically,
it's going to be between Trump and DeSantis,
and Trump's at 40 currently is 47%. So if
that's where they're saying that he would get 47%.
So it depends on it depends on where the rest of the percentages go.
Okay, well, so this is what's going to happen. Trump either gets it,
right,
and everyone gets behind Trump on the Republican side,
right,
or DeSantis gets it, and Trump backs out and becomes an independent.
Yeah,
because he will not. Do you see him going down
No,
without?
I don't.
Not a chance.
But and that's detrimental. And I hope if that happens,
Sleepy Joe's going to be in for 2 terms.
Well, I hope if that happens, Trump at least has the realization enough, like the self-awareness to realize the effect he's going to have on the election in itself. And that's going to be, and I know it's going to be a hard thing to do. Let's take the ego out of it here, okay? Like, this isn't about you winning. This is about the country. I know because he's 47%, right? So it's like that's the fear. Like I feel if we run again, it is not going to be beneficial for the Republican Party, even though there were so many Trump supporters, but simultaneously there's so many Trump haters,
Yes, I
and
agree.
so many people will vote anti-Republican just because Trump is the nominee. I feel like the Republicans would have a higher chance of winning this election if DeSantis is the primary
Yep.
and
If
Trump is
Trump,
not running
right.
in any
If
capacity.
Trump would just put his support behind DeSantis,
Yes.
then
And that's from a purely statistics percentages perspective. Like that's the realization of what's going to happen. Biden's going to have his side, and
yes, Biden's going to
and
collect
Trump's going to
every
cause
bit
problems
of
with
the
that.
Democrats,
Yep.
right?
And Trump's going to split the Republican vote.
Or he backs out, or he takes it all. I mean, he either takes the Republican
Right.
nomination or he backs out.
Yeah.
But if it goes any other way, Sleepy Joe's got it.
Pretty much. And then we're stuck with him for
And
another 4
then
years.
we got another 4 years of.
Come on, I don't know. Is he going to make it another 4 years?
Well, I mean, you say that.
I feel like how old is he now? I feel like the guy's like
He's like 76 or something.
he seems so much older than that. Like my dad's 82 and
77
is more lucid than he is
Yeah.
as president, which is frightening.
Yeah, but at the same time, Trump is pretty close.
True.
I think Trump's like 74 or something.
But he's not experiencing any type of mental fog there.
I get that, and I just think that why the hell would you want to do this to yourself
Right.
again?
Yeah.
Like again, like no, dude, like enjoy your life. Go back to the golf course. Like shit. Oh man. I mean, I don't get me wrong, man. I love Trump. I thought he was great, but let's get behind DeSantis a little bit now, huh? Like
It would have a higher if what needs to happen if Trump loses the primary is he needs to legitimately get behind DeSantis and really support his supporters too.
do you think he would?
God, man, I don't know. I really don't know. It's going to come down to whether or not he wants to beat Biden from a Republican standpoint.
Wait. If Trump loses the Republican primary,
Right.
does it come down to, I mean, because he's saying that would be him saying, okay, this guy beat me, right?
Right.
And now this guy also beat Biden, so that makes it better? Or this guy that I couldn't beat Biden? No way. He is going to be the one that's going to beat him. I mean, in his mind's eye, right?
Probably.
So
Probably.
no matter what happens, I don't see it happening.
I hope he does it the other way, but your scenario you laid out with the independent candidate status is the likely scenario. I hope he has got better people around him that stop that.
Nobody can stop him. I mean, realistically,
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
he's going to do what he wants to do.
well, he's got the kind of money. It doesn't matter. Like he doesn't need your support. He'll, like you said, he'll run independent. He'll pay for his own campaign. He doesn't care.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think if he sticks around in this, I mean, he's already started coming out against DeSantis. You know, what do you call him? Like Ron is sanctimonious or some shit.
Well, that's not looking good for him supporting him after the fact.
No.
Which, right now, this is what he's got to do.
Right.
Like, they go at each other. But
DeSantis is not firing back at all.
that's a good look from his side.
Well, it's a smart play by him.
Well, because this is what Trump does. Like, he attacks you. I mean, it worked for him in his first election.
Right.
Like, the attacking worked.
Well, yeah, it did. But DeSantis can't. He just can't. It's a tough spot for him because if he continues to, which he hasn't even officially announced that he's running, but he'll announce it in May. So if he continues to sit back and say nothing back to Trump, he's weak. Right? He's weak.
Well,
if he says something, then he is alienating all of Trump's supporters from him.
Yep.
So,
but not only that, okay. I think it's more. That's a good point from the Republican standpoint, okay. But also, he's showing that if he makes it to the actual election, he's not going to use the tactics that Trump used that turned off a lot of people from Trump to begin
It doesn't matter. With what he's done in Florida, all of the people that were, if they're slightly leaning left, they're going left. They're
Right.
not going. I mean, I guess maybe. I don't know. I still feel like we have a lot of people that are more middle ground.
That's kind of my point. I'm not saying that him running is going to get liberals to come over and vote for him Republican side. I'm saying if he doesn't, like you stated, if he doesn't engage Trump, he doesn't run Trump down, he has a higher chance of pulling those Trump supporters to vote for him. And
Yeah.
potentially, but a lot of the people that voted simultaneously, some of the people that voted Biden in originally voted Biden in not because they wanted Biden, but because
Yes.
they didn't want Trump.
Yes.
Because of things he had done and said.
Right.
So they may
Well, that's
actually pull from the liberal side to get votes,
But-
based on that by itself.
They only decided that, the year that Trump announced he was running, because
Right.
before that, everybody loved Trump.
Yeah.
Everyone loved Trump.
Right.
He's the best thing ever. And then all of a sudden he's running on the Republican side, and now we're all moving to Canada. Oh, wait, did anybody move? Did anybody move to Canada?
Oh no, you're all still here.
Fucking little bitches. Like, man up and go to Canada.
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Like if you're gonna say there was, who was it that was posted it was like some movie stars posting shit like that when the last election was like,
Dude,
if he wins, I'm gonna move. It's like, and they were like posting their tweets back up, and it was like, you're still here. It's
Yeah,
like, why?
they're fucking bitches. That's why. Yeah,
I mean, let's be real. I mean, that's such a childish thing to say. Like, if he gets voted on, okay, we could have all said the same thing about Biden, and guess what? We're all still here too. So just calm it down.
Wait,
people.
whoa. Did you say you were moving to Canada if Biden
no,
got in?
No, I'm not that
Okay,
ridiculous.
I didn't either.
I'm not ridiculous.
I don't remember anybody saying that.
No.
So anyway, maybe they did. We just don't know about it.
You know what? I would like to interview somebody that left the country due to the election. If you're out there,
Good luck.
If you're out there,
Good
please
luck finding
please
him.
contact us.
Good luck finding them. So anyway, I think that's a good wrap up for today.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. So thanks for tuning in to another episode. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and maybe even gained a new perspective.
Remember, a fresh cup of coffee is always a good idea. So join us again next time as we continue to explore all the world, one brew at a time. Be sure to visit our website at brewedperspective.com.
And don't forget to follow and subscribe to our YouTube channel and podcast on whatever platform you use. For Brewed Perspective, I'm Justin.
And I'm Kyle, and we'll see you soon.